Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to get into some victories. One in particular, Elon Musk finally acquiring Twitter. What do you think the left's response was to this? See, anytime something doesn't go according to their plans, they act like babies. So since he acquired Twitter, they had to impose an internal lockdown to prevent woke employees from seeking revenge and sabotaging the social media website. Man, just listen to this. The report notes that many employees are agitated about what Musk plans to do with the company. God forbid, predicated on true free speech. See, their democracy, when you hear Obama, Hillary, and all of these people on the left speak of, it is a threat to democracy. What they are saying is, it is a threat to the system they are setting up and what they are trying to impose on free thinking Americans. They are taking our freedoms and imposing their system and what they want. It says, alarmed leftists are also petrified that prominent banned individuals like who? Number 45, President Donald J. Trump will be reinstated. Alex Jones may return to the platform. Musk previously explained how it is extremely important for the future of civilization for Twitter to once again become a true public square for freedom of expression. It is important for the function of democracy. When normal, unbiased Americans talk about democracy, that's true democracy. The freedom of everybody, whether we agree or not. People should be allowed to say what they want to say. You don't like what they have to say, then tune out. Change the channel. Do not listen to what they have to say. That's true freedom of speech. But when you see the left, they want to shut you down, have their own narrative. They don't want you to hear the truth. You know, that was the whole basis of the term being coined, fake news, because they push a narrative that is contrary to the truth. I don't know about you, but have you ever tried to talk to somebody that has a healthy diet of listening to propaganda every day? I have one coworker that's just like that. He and I cannot talk. So I just avoid any political conversation with him at all. The last exchange we had, for me, I can't be fake. So I start speaking, I don't know, let's say, less tactfully, and I will start telling him like, oh, I forgot who I'm talking to. You listen to this news site, so I know you don't know the truth. He would tell me some of the most outlandish things about what Trump did, what Trump said, and then I would go and research on my own and find the whole unedited video, which is what everybody should do, and see that they had cut and edited and put certain parts and created a whole narrative to push a certain agenda, which was hate Donald J. Trump. Unfortunately for the black community, they don't research. So when they tune in to these propaganda social media sites, news sites, they believe everything that they hear. This is why you see black people do the most outlandish things, like go out and march and hold signs that say defund the police, when they know darn well ninjas in the hood need the police. Even Tupac said it. Black people call the police too. Who you think getting beat up and robbed, carjacked in the hood? Black people. We call the police. We need the police. But anyway, you guys, I went on a rant. Let me get back to this. He said it is important for the function of democracy. It is important for the function of the United States as a free country among many other countries, and to help actually freedom in the world more importantly than the U.S., said the Tesla founder. See, now all of a sudden Twitter wants to be concerned with censorship. Meanwhile, while they had the bullhorn, they were censoring everything. They hid the truth about Hunter Biden's laptop from hell. But see, God's word is true. Every time he says what's done in the dark will be brought to the light, look at what's happening right now. If you don't know anything about special counsel John Durham and what he's doing, he has filed a whole nother, list of subpoenas for these people to testify. And they don't have nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. It is going down. And I want to see. Now, what's scary is they mentioned this lady, and I cannot think of her name, that she will be testifying. I wonder if she's going to get Epstein, because sometimes people just come up dead. They commit suicide. These people are panicking, and what they should get, what did they do to the Rosenbergs when they were communist spies? They had the death penalty. All these people that committed treasonous acts, Obama, Bush, Hillary, John Kerry, Nancy Pelosi, it's a whole slew of them. And what about the media that was involved? Because what has came out is that the media had a hotline. They was working in tandem with these social media websites like Twitter. They would get on their little phone and say, hey, you need to shut this conversation down. And Twitter would go and censor and block, these stories that was contrary to their narrative. And it's just sad. But this is where we are, in the stream of time. Things are winding up. But I'm not going to dwell on that. We need to start, testifying to these victories that's taking place. That give us hope. That uplift us. And that's what I wanted to do today. To share this little tidbit of information to let you know things are happening slowly but surely. We are getting hit left and right. Especially right now, we are feeling the effects of, I call him Joe Biden, Joe the Dream Killer Biden. Because his policies, all of his actions and executive orders that he has put into effect since he came into office has hurt us. And we feeling it in the pockets at the gas, stations. Like I said, I got to go protest them trying to raise the market value of my house. Basically trying to outprice me out of my house. But I didn't protest last year. I protested the year before. I'm going down there to the appraisal district to protest this, what they're trying to do this time. Because I'm like, no, I ain't going for that. So every time they keep raising the market value of my house, guess what? My taxes is going higher and higher and higher and higher. Just like my coworker was mentioning today, what if somebody built a home over here and was stupid enough to pay $1 million? What are they going to do? Say the market value of my house is now $1 million? I would be out my house like within weeks if they were able to get away with that. But they count on people not going down there challenging them, and that's free money. That's free money for them. And this is why I get so frustrated, because there's so many things in this world that these greedy people have set up, have strategically designed to get in our pockets and get more and more money for us. I live in kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like a rural area of Texas a little bit. It's a small town, and the streets are trash. The streets are horrible. Them streets, let me tell you, these streets over here remind me of when my aunt used to keep me in Watts. like over on the east side in Los Angeles, like the streets is horrible. But when you go to the west side, like Culver City, Rodeo Drive, La Cienega, and all of that, the streets are good. But once you start going towards the east, I was raised on the east side, you know, on 90th and Main, all up in there. Used to go to 92nd and Beach Street and watch, you know, where my aunt used to keep me. Once you start going over there in that area, Compton and all of that, potholes, you know, all kind of, like the streets was horrible. And that's how the streets are in this little town I live in Texas. And I'm just like I'm on a, what you call that, a slalom. I'm dodging potholes, you know, as I come home. It's ridiculous. And they finally, I've been here 2 years, and they finally fixed the street, which is ironic, the street out in front of my house. It's Crenshaw. Like the Crenshaw in California, but this Crenshaw over here ain't nothing compared to the Crenshaw in California. You're not gonna get carjacked on this street over here. But anyway, guys, I'm sorry for ranting and raving. I just wanted to come on here and share this victory, you know, and to give you some encouragement, man. You know, in the end, truth will prevail. God will win. This earth will be remade new. And there will be no more crying, no more complaining. You know, finally we can rest. Like the movie Waiting to Exhale, that's what we waiting to do right now. When that cloud part and Jesus come to take us home, you know, then we can truly start living. And that's how I'm going to end it. And I will see you on the next one.